Hey, what's up, Miami Hurricane fans? How are you doing? I'm so excited. I don't know how many days we are away from the first Miami Hurricanes football game, but I'm excited. We play Notre Dame. By the way, Dania Beach Improv. I will be there August 29th, 2 days before Miami Hurricanes play Notre Dame, and I did that on purpose. I want to do a Comics on Canes podcast. Maybe Gio Milian will stop by. Some other people will stop by. But I want to do it around 5:30. Let me know if that interests you. Let me know if that's something you would pop by. I think it could be awesome. You know what? My signal isn't the strongest. Let me get this cord over here. We're doing it live, people. We're doing it live. This is what I do. Sean ready to produce this. This is what I do, Sean.
I love it.
This is what I do. I try to get this podcast ready, and then something always goes wrong.
At least you're hands-on, man.
I'm very hands-on, bro. Very hands-on.
Love it.
Put that cord in there. Yeah. Show comments on stage. Oh, yeah, I want to try that. I'll try that beta. All right. What? They say you want to try something. I was like, yeah, let me try it. So let me tell you. I want to talk about this. Mel Kiper hate. The Mel Kiper hate is real. And let's jump into it. First of all, we all know how Mel Kiper disrespect. And I know this is old, but you know what? I got a comment. I put Mel Kiper on the last cover, and I totally forgot to talk about the man because I was still enraged. I was seeing how it plays out. You know me. I don't like to I like to know what I'm talking about. I like to get a feel of things. I don't just shoot off at the mouth unless I know what I'm talking about. And I feel pretty. Hey, what's up, Joshua? Let's put you up there. Look at that. Let's go. One of the best artists in the game. So Mel Kiper, man, let's talk about him. He is horrible. Let's talk about this man, how horrible he is. First, I'm going to give you, we're going to get to his 5 biggest misses in the NFL draft. We will talk about his 5 biggest misses, but let's talk about, I'm drinking my protein right now, how he totally disrespected Cam Ward. And I know it's old, but I've never talked about it yet. I know it's old. He disrespected Cam Ward. And how that whole network, Cam Ward, number 1 draft pick, it felt like he was a 5th round draft pick. Shedeur Sanders got more attention being drafted in the 5th round than Cam Ward got being in the 1st round. First pick in the overall draft. And Mel Kiper was the reason why. I don't want to speak to you like you're ignorant. I don't know if a lot of people out there know how TV works, but there's a director behind a chair that calls the TV shots, right? Go camera 1, camera 2, camera 3. So Cam Ward was being interviewed. But that director was so into what Mel Kiper was saying about Shedeur Sanders, never punched over because everybody's saying, well, they didn't even show Cam Ward's interview, which they didn't. The number 1 draft pick didn't even get interviewed on ESPN. The number 1 draft pick. But guess what? That director saw him on the screen, but rather have stuck with Mel Kiper. You know what, Mel Kiper? For some reason now, Starbucks, if you go to Starbucks and order a coffee and you pull up and your coffee's not ready, they're forced to talk to you. The employees have to talk to you now. That's it. And it's so annoying because all I want is my coffee. And it's usually somebody young and they're just doing their job. And they're like, what are you doing today? And you're like, oh, I'm doing that. And then it's just nonsense, right? But what you really want to do is just roll up your window. But see, I'm not mean like that. So I sit there and I'll play this little game with them, let them talk. But really, I want to roll up my window. Mel Kiper is that Starbucks person. But I will roll up the window on him. He's annoying. He's irritating. He's a horrible person. So the whole time, Cam Ward gets picked number 1. He's just blabbing off about Shedeur Sanders, basically giving Shedeur a BJ on national television. Just all up in it. You hear all up in it. I'll do just going to town, right? I'm serious. He just going to town, man. I mean, I was like, Mel Kiper should start his OnlyFans, because this dude is a pro. This dude is a pro. Like Mel Kiper, start an OnlyFans page, and you can talk about Shedeur Sanders all you want. Yeah. Anyway, so they missed the exclusive interview with Cam Ward. And then the problem is we still hear about Shedeur Sanders. No disrespect to Shedeur. I hope Shedeur gets a starting job in Cleveland because I think it'd be awesome in the future for Cam Ward and the Titans to play. Shedeur and the Browns. I mean, that'd be a great story, right? But let's not pretend that Mel Kiper is not the problem of all this. And since we're talking about Mel Kiper and all the hate Miami gets, let's talk about it. Mel Kiper, 5 biggest draft misses. Let's talk about this. 5 biggest draft misses. You remember Jimmy Clausen? Jimmy Clausen, 2010. I'm talking to you. 2010. Put on this camera. Put on the camera. Are we on the camera? 2010. Notre Dame quarterback. This man said, if Jimmy Clausen is not a successful quarterback in the NFL, I'm done. That's it. I'm out. Why are you still in it, Mel Kiper? Why are you still in it? You should just leave. You said you were going to leave in 2010, and I don't know if you know, but it's 2025 now, 2024, and you totally messed up at draft for ESPN. You should just leave. You said, your own word. Put it back on this one. Put it back. Your own words. If Jimmy Clausen is not a successful quarterback in the NFL, I'm done. That's it. I'm out. But here you are, messing up a draft. All right, let's go to Jamarcus Russell. Oh, even Sean, big Raiders fan, was like, Sean, what's your thoughts about Jamarcus Russell?
Oh, that was terrible, man. It was terrible.
Terrible, right?
Terrible. I mean, there's nothing else you can say about it. The biggest bust in the NFL.
You think the biggest bust ever in the NFL?
More than Ryan Leaf, man.
More than Ryan Leaf.
Bro, the following year in the draft, they put all the banners of all the first-round picks. They skipped his. Did you know that? They skipped it the following year.
They skipped him?
They didn't even put his name, his face, or anything. There's a whole video of it where they go through all the years of all the first-round draft picks, and Jamarcus Russell is not there.
No.
I'll find the video, bro. I'll send it to you.
Whoa. But let me tell you what Mr. Mel Kiper. Let me tell you what Mr. Mel Kiper said about Jamarcus Russell. Since he knows so much, he said he called Russell a rare talent with the best arm I've ever seen. Why you still here, Mel Kiper? That's 2. That was 2007. 2007, Mel Kiper. Like, really, I don't know why these people even have jobs anymore.
Yeah.
Like, they think they inside. So here's what's crazy about your job, Mel Kiper. Is if you get something right, you're like, I told you so. If you miss something, it's just, I just miss it. It's not a big deal. There's no consequences of you missing on the draft. But if you hit on something, you act like it's the world.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? That there's no relevancy in what you do because there's no consequences in you missing. If a team picks the wrong draft pick, there's a big consequence. Mm-hmm. GMs get fired, coaches get fired, blah, 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 blah. Mel Kiper misses, no consequence. No consequence. I see a lot of comments rolling in. I'm looking at another screen so I can highlight all the misses Mel Kiper has had. Mike Williams, wide receiver, USC, 2005. Mel Kiper's take ranked him a top 10 player, even after he sat out a year due to eligibility issues. Drafted 10th by the Lions. Williams struggled with conditioning and work ethic, totaling just 2 TDs over 3 seasons for Detroit. I mean, I could go on. You got Trent Richardson, running back Alabama, which I thought he was good. I thought he was good. I ain't gonna lie. I thought he was good. Matt Leinart, USC. The list goes on and on. So Mel Kiper, you should really, really think about what you do. Because like I said, the man said, I would have respected it if he would have left in 2010. But like I said, there's no consequences when he missed it. But they act like the world if they get a draft pick right. Shoot. How many teams? 32?
32.
I'll probably get 10 of them right. Should I celebrate? I don't know nothing about the draft. I'll be like, all right, I think this person's going to go. I'll just guess. And I guarantee you, with all the information fans have now, we could do just as good as Mel Kiper. Yeah. We don't need inside information anymore because everybody got inside information. Because as soon as one person reported, everybody has it. So what I'm saying, I'm not saying, look, I don't want to take anybody's job. I think everybody should stay employed. But what I'm saying is, do we even need these people anymore?
I think that's where you have to think about as more of them being just entertainers at this point. That's all it is.
They're just entertainers.
That's all it is.
They're just entertainers. They're wrestlers, storytellers that no consequence. It's just fun.
That's all it is.
But it wasn't fun when he overshadowed Cam Ward.
Yeah. The
Miami Hurricanes legend, best quarterback ever. Is this so annoying? Bro, all right, Youssef. Bro, Kiper, in my opinion, is a fraud who should give the taxpayers their money. Yes, look at that. Look, Youssef took it a step. He wants money. Youssef is like, pay me, Mel Kiper. Oh, well, Youssef, one more. This is the reason I believe they're hating on Beck early. Another first-round pick from the U. Talk about the SEC, the Big Ten going nuts. Well, yeah. Bad. So this is what Youssef is saying. So Youssef, I agree and disagree with you at the same time. Let me tell you why. Miami has done nothing in the ACC. Miami in the SEC with Cam Ward, they probably would have lost 2 or 3 more games. I'm being honest with you. SEC has dominated. Big Ten, they win national. Look, I have no problem. But I understand what you're saying because Big Ten and the SEC, they make more money than any other conference. So, of course, the networks are going to lean their way. That's called business. I have no problem with business. And I saw the other day on one of the boards, somebody was like, oh, the Canes are being disrespected because Clemson has 2 All-Americans and Miami has none. And I'm going, all right, so what? It don't matter because Miami Hurricanes fans like me, let's be honest, how many times throughout the season, no matter who was on the team, the Miami team, we said, man, we didn't have Cam Ward, we would have lost that game. We said that repeatedly, the whole season. Man, if we didn't have Cam Ward, we would have lost that game. And now the whole country's saying that. So why are we surprised? We said it first. It's not like we weren't saying what the media is saying right now. Let's prove it. Let's get it done. So I don't care about preseason. I just care about the season. Okay? What else we got here? We blew Florida's Yeah, we did. We blew Florida's yes, we did. We blew out Florida's SEC defense. Yes, we sure did. But we also lost to Georgia Tech. We also lost, I can't even name the other teams. Syracuse, when we had to go to the playoffs, we lost to Syracuse up 21-0. Come on now. Look, I'm all about the orange and green. But sometimes we got to be real, fans. We got to be real. We have to be real. So we don't deserve respect to me. Like, here's a problem with I'm going to tell you the problem with Mario, our head coach. And I hate saying this because I love me some Mario. But I know Cam Ward was a blessing and a curse to that Miami Hurricanes football team. Let me tell you why. Because he overachieved. Like it was 5-7, 7-9, and if we went 9-3, we would have been happy. Problem is, Cam Ward, in the Heisman running, kept us in the meeting. He overshot us too fast. Like, I thought the season we had last year should have been this. Let me be honest with you. If you listen to the podcast, you know this. I've always had a 5-year plan for the Miami Hurricanes. It wasn't even this season. This season, I would have been happy with 9-3, 10-2, not even making the playoffs. The 5th year is the year I was like, it's not about 4 years to me. It's always, and you can go back to my first podcast. It's all about being 5 years with Mario. I want to see where you're at at 5 years, not 4 years. And I do think we do have the best roster in the ACC. We should win the ACC. And I think not making the playoffs or ACC would be a terrible, terrible thing to not happen because of the players you have. But I've always said the 5th year is where I'm going to judge Mario. Even this year. I hope they do well, but the 5th next year is the year I really decide on Mario. I know a lot of y'all are ahead of me, but let's see here. 2026. Yusef said it will come all together in 2026. Well, I hope it comes together a little bit. I've always had the 2026 model. I've always said that. But Cam Ward made us overshoot a little bit. And now people are expecting that play from Beck. You're not going to get that play from Beck. You know, I got a lot of concerns about the team. You know, like I know everybody, I got to be honest with you. I'm going to just be honest. Kane fans, I'm honest. I'm honest. Oh, wait. Who we got? Who we got right here? Porch Kane. If we tell recruits how many Hall of Famers we got in the history of the NFL, they might get it together and put it. Yeah, man, we got a lot of Hall of Famers, but guess what? That don't matter. That don't matter to these kids. I mean, I think when they meet them, I think it matters. I think when, the best marketing thing for Miami, and let's be honest, the best marketing thing for Miami is the 30 for 30 ESPN. If I would send that out to every recruit. I would let them know the history. We need to keep players at home. Yes, we need to do all that. But every school is saying that to people. Schools are not going to stop coming to Florida to take players. Yeah. Women and beaches. Yeah. That's the sell of Miami. Now, I want to get to some shady stuff. This stuff made me so happy. I want to show you this slide right here. So Calvin Russell was at Florida. And you've all seen this tweet. He's at Florida and he says, listen. He goes, listen, I love, and he goes, go Canes. He's on his visit at Florida State, and he posts that on Twitter or X. And Miami Hurricane, we love it. We love that as Canes fan. A 5-star recruit on a visit with Florida State post about Miami. And we love that. Because if it happened to us, they'd be all over us. So we love that. But then what was funny to me, I don't know if I have it, but TJ Pittinger, I don't show the comment. If you scroll to the TJ Pittinger on that goes, hey, check out this restaurant called, what was it called? Guthrie's. So under the, it just says, check out Guthrie's. So I'm thinking it's this nice restaurant, right? This is a Florida State fan saying, oh, you got to go to Guthrie's. Guthrie's is a fried chicken and fry place that has I'm zooming it, a 3.6 stars. I'm being said, one of Florida State fans said, you got to go try Guthrie's. I looked at 3.6 stars. Fried chicken. And guess what? It's a drive-through. It's a drive-through.
Nice.
How embarrassing Like we take recruits to Nobu, to Prime 112. They take boat rides in the ocean. This fan is telling one of the top recruits in America, 5-star, to go to a drive-through chicken and fry place. That's why he was tweeting about Miami at Florida State. This TJ Pittenger, whatever his name is, go to Guthrie's. Try. Are you crazy? Have you Prime 112 versus Guthrie's? Who goes to a place named Guthrie's? Doesn't even sound nice. I don't know. That was me. I thought that was so funny. Chicken tender and gizzards. He says, Calvin is not coming to the U. I hope I'm wrong. Hey, Philly Kane, to be honest with you, it don't matter if he comes because what just happened in that tweet is enough for me. It's like he came. I'm going to pretend he came because that tweet was so just ignorant. Go to Guthrie's. That provided me this content. And that will be a clip. Go to Guthrie's. Oh, Lord. Now, I do want to talk about this because, I try to keep this under 30 minutes. We're at 21 minutes right now. I want to show you this. A lot of people. Kate Klubnik, quarterback of Clemson, is a preseason All-American. Preseason All-American. Let me show you this real quick. I want you to look at these stats side by side. Carson Beck versus Kate Klubnik. Carson Beck, 3,485 yards. Kate Klubnik, 3,639 yards. Less than 200 yards in passing difference. More like around 160. Touchdowns, 28-36. Interceptions, 12-6. Kate Klubnik got him on that. QBR, Carson Beck, QBR, 80.9. Kate Klubnik, 78.7. So across the board, and it doesn't, look. Carson Beck had over 36 drops, which some estimate to be close to 600 to 700 yards in passing. On the lower end, 200 yards of passing. Even at the lower end, 200 yards of passing, he would have beat Kate Klubnik in throwing and passing yards on his worst season. So when people like Kate Klubnik does, it's like he barely, besides the interceptions, because his receivers couldn't catch a ball, besides the interception, Kate Klubnik, Carson Beck had just as good or a better season than Kate Klubnik. So I don't want to hear, oh, we need Carson Beck of 2023. No, I'll take either. 2024, just less interceptions. Because if that dude, Kate Klubnik, is an All-American and he threw 160 more yards, had a lower QBR than Carson Beck, and didn't have 36 drops, like I'll take either version of Carson Beck. Because either version of Carson Beck, besides the interceptions, will give us a way better season than we all can imagine. I want to get your comments on that. Leave me your comment. Beck played against some of the, I know, 7 out of the 12 defense. He played 7 out of the best 12 defense. I know this. But what I'm saying, I'm just going number for number. I want to show you the numbers so you really could see that one is an All-American and one everybody's saying going to be a bust. That's how ridiculous that argument is if you put the numbers up side by side, which I'll show you again. Let me throw them up again. Boom. Look at it. I mean, it's right there in front of your face. Oh, I got to take this comment down. Hold on one second. A lot of moving parts, people. I mean, it's right there. QBR, 80.9 to 78.7. I can't, for some reason, there's some comments over it. But Carson Beck even had a better completion rating. than Kate Klubnik. So y'all can stop with that argument of I hope Carson Beck has a better season than last. Even if he had the season of last year, we're going to do really well this year. Because one's an All-American and one, I don't know if Carson Beck going to make it. I don't know if he's going to be good. Shoot, his bad year, he was just as good as your All-American. Any comments? Leave them below. Beck is a better QB, hands down. He's going to remind everyone who he is this year. He'll be a top 15 pick. Agreed. Let me say it in the other camera. Agreed. Beck wouldn't get this negativity if he didn't come to Miami. Truth statement. People love to hate Miami, but that's why we love Miami. We are hated on. Look, I'm be honest with you, Miami. Besides last year, we haven't been relevant in 19 years. And they still hate us. Isn't that great? Like most teams would just, not even matter. Like nobody cared about Florida State. Even when they went 13-1, nobody cared about Florida State. Florida State is still hating on us, and they were 13-1. Like they were like, but Miami, we beat Miami. It's like okay. Miami won 5 games that year. You happy you beat Miami? Good for you. And guess what? You were 13-1, and nobody still cared about you. Nobody. I think Keith Sweat had a song about it. Nobody. Keith Sweat got a song about you, Florida State. Nobody. Rolf. What up, Rolf? I believe Beck is going to embarrass the naysayers. He should fit in Dawson's offense well. Yes, he will. Okay. Please, why are we so stuck in the SEC schools and their defenses, which are overrated? We put up 40 on Texan in Florida. We put up over 40 on Texan in Florida. I don't know what that means. Yusef, who's Texan? What are you talking about, Yusef? Who's Texan? Anyway, that's what I got. Let me see if I have any more pictures I want to show you. Because I got the Beck. What is it? Oh, yeah, I showed you Guthrie's. So funny. That's a clip. Fans saying go to Guthrie's. Love the hate. Us against the world and don't want it any other way. Love it. Oh, Texas A&M. Yeah. But let's be honest, Texas A&M wasn't good that year. Florida was good at the end of the year. And I don't even care. About SEC, AC. They deserve, but look, all I'm saying to you Miami fans, I got the glasses on like y'all, but I'm also like, I take them off a lot. They win national championships. Big Ten, SEC. Clemson won for ACC, but nobody really could compete with Clemson at that time in the ACC. You remember when Syracuse beat Clemson, I forgot, maybe 5-6 years ago, we were all like, oh my God, Syracuse, because we all were losing to Clemson, And I feel like every conference has 3 or 4 great teams, but our 3 or 4 great teams can't play against the SEC. Maybe one can every once in a while against the SEC and Big Ten. I think that's changing. I think Mario's building a team that's changing. I think we will roll Notre Dame August 31st, 7:00 at night with me in the building. I think we will roll Notre Dame. I think we will roll Florida 3 weeks after that and cruise. I think we will be in the ACC championship and we will put the beat down to Clemson. I'm saying it right now. I believe in Mario. I believe in Miami. And I think Beck, and like I said, Beck just got to be Beck. Be in the middle of last year and the year before. But as you saw the numbers, Beck's last year, his worst year ever, the guy that's not going to make it was just as good as Klubnik, besides the interceptions. And because he had terrible receivers and they dropped balls all the time. Anyway, I'm done for today. I do want to give a big shout out to DraftKings. And like I said, I do read your comments. I do comment off your comments. When you leave a post, I do answer back, especially after podcast is done. And some of y'all, I use your questions. Some of y'all, like last week, I believe it was 850 Kane or 850. Their call is 850 something. Their handle asked me about, you said Miami doesn't have an elite running back. I would rather 2 great running backs than 1 elite one. I go, I agree. Who cares if your running back room is an elite? And who knows, Fletcher or Lyle or the Brown kid, man, I think he's going to surprise a lot of people. Don't be surprised if he starts a couple of games. I think that dude's the real deal. I don't care about elite running backs. I told you, but 2 or 3, it's great. Elite running backs back in the day ran the ball 30 times a game, 35 times a game. You don't want that if you're a running back. You want to run like 15, 10, save up, go pro. So you still have your knees, your legs. I get it. With the crowd behind them, Bain and the boys are going to get some. Oh, yeah, that quarterback is his first start ever in Miami at night. Go take you back to 2017. Oh. Big shout outs to Sebastian making the mascot Hall of Fame too. What's up, Sebastian? That's it for me. But DraftKings, $5, it gets you $300 in credits if you win. And I say this every podcast. I just need one person to sign up on the app, use the code YOBET, YOBET. I never ask for money on this podcast. It's always free. Uh-oh, that's my wife. She's probably like, you got to go. Look at her. She like, look, you've been talking this Miami stuff enough. My wife makes fun of me all the time. She's like, oh, you be talking about Miami. Oh, yeah. Your whole room. I got Miami stuff all around my room. Anyway, I got to go. My wife is calling. But please, YOBET. Use the code YOBET, YOBET. And I'll ask you this every pod. Just one person. I just need one person. I don't need money from you. I just need you to sign up because they are the sponsor. They do pay so I can keep this podcast going because my goal, 2027. I live in Vegas. Miami opens up the season against Utah in Vegas, 2027 at Reliant Stadium. It's called Reliant, right?
Oh,
Allegiant. That one too. Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas. And I want to throw the biggest Miami Hurricanes party. So if you love the show, if you love me, please, 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 I'm begging you, just one person to show, YOBET, YOBET, sign up on that DraftKings app, all right? I will see you next time. I love you guys, and go Canes. You know what it is. It's all about that you, baby. It's all about that you. Later.